What is inside of you today? Now, me, I could answer that by saying potatoes, peppers, onions, with olives and hemp seeds and various herbs and spices. But no, I'm not talking about what you ate today. I'm talking about what creates the atmosphere around you. That atmosphere through which you see everything and everyone around you. Does it seem as though everyone else is out to get you? Does it seem as though nothing ever seems to go right? Do the people and the events in your everyday life chronically cause you to feel angry or impatient or depressed or hated or neglected or attacked or abused? Now, of course, some people are caught in abusive relationships or highly negative life situations. But ultimately, it is your inner condition that dominates your perception and your reaction to what is. Let me repeat that. Ultimately, it is your inner condition that dominates your perception and your reaction to what is. Now, in a certain time, in a certain place, we have known a couple who lived close by to us. So close, in fact, that we could often hear their conversations. F this and F that. And as a side note here, it's not the F word itself that I personally find offensive, even though I choose to not have that in my outer or my inner vocabulary. Rather, it is the thing that is often, that word is often used to communicate. And in this case of that couple, that communication was anger. Constant, chronic anger. And if they weren't yelling at each other, then they were complaining about this or that person or about this or that situation. Constant anger. Constant war that is seen on the outside for the sole reason that that condition is what is inside of them all of the time, and that's why it constantly comes out. And even when that is pacified, that inner anger is pacified, it's still there, lurking below the surface, just waiting for an excuse, any excuse, to raise its ugly head once again. Now, working for a major retailer, I see this all the time. Anger is a very common one. Always looking for someone to do them wrong so that they can fight back or feel wronged or abused. And as Jesus said, if you seek, you will find. Of course, at any workplace, there are employees who always have something about which to complain. Management is doing them wrong. Customers are stupid and are wasting their time with stupid things. There are too many people shopping, so they can't get anything done. There are too few customers, so they are bored and they're probably going to end up unemployed. Their job is too hard and no one helps or understands or even cares. They don't get paid enough because those in upper management get paid too much, or no one appreciates how valuable they are. Now, on the other hand, there are those customers who are pleasant and friendly and who are relatively happy and caring. And those people make up the majority of the ones I see. The employees with whom I work also are, for the most part, friendly, helpful, and overall wonderful people. And it all comes down to this. Our perceptions, our reactions, our attitudes, our interactions, and even the nature of our experiences all come from the inside out. Let's consider the example of Job. He went through some pretty horrific events and situations, I'm sure you would agree. He lost his family. He lost his possessions. He lost his health. But he did not lose one wife. Her reaction to his suffering? Curse God and die. But his response to his own suffering? Even if he kills me, yet I will praise him. It was the same outer circumstances with totally different perceptions and experiences. Now sure, Job could have started feeling sorry for himself, and because of an inner condition of negativity and of fighting against what is, things would have ended very differently for him. You see, it is not as though the things that happen around and to you are completely separate from what is going on inside of you. They are intimately connected. Now, no, I'm not saying that a positive attitude will in any way guarantee that nothing unpleasant or even tragic will ever happen. But if you are dwelling in an inner state of presence and the peace and the joy that that brings, it will completely transform your experience of the things that come and the things that all ultimately go. So I could fully accept the pain that a physical condition brings, and in that state of full surrender, instead of contracting and fighting and resisting and thus blocking divine inspiration, I will be open and receptive and creating the inner atmosphere through which divine wisdom and insight can flow. And there might be actions and choices that come to me that can ease or even eliminate the pain. Or, in my state of deep, complete gratitude, divine healing might flow. Or, there might be nothing that can be done and no physical healing may come. But even then, without the inner battle, the inner fighting, the inner resistance, the inner complaining and grumbling, the inner ingratitude for what is right here, right now, I will be full of peace and joy, regardless of what happens around me or inside of my physical body. So, whether the situation changes today, my experience of this life will be one in which I am surrounded by and immersed in innumerable blessings. For indeed, you are engulfed in the unspeakably vast goodness and mercy and love of God, regardless of the waves of life that come and go. All of these things, after all, are passing away. They are here for an instant, and then they are gone. Even if they remain your whole earthly life, that lifetime is only a vapor, which is here for a brief moment, and then it vanishes away. The storms come, and the storms go. The waves come and crash, and the waves go. The clouds come, and the clouds go. And the whole time the sun was still shining, and it remains. And so it is with you. People come and go. Struggles come and go. Situations come and go. Abundance and poverty come to varying degrees and go. They might come while you are still in your mother's womb, and they might remain after your body is laid to rest and returns to the dust from whence it came. But even those, too, are fleeting. They are not eternal. And if you are lost in and caught up in them, taking them so seriously and allowing them to define your sense of being, then anyone with any life story can be happy one day and miserable the next, controlled by things which are fleeting, things which are passing away, things which ultimately don't even matter. But if you are dwelling in the temple of God, seated with Christ in that heavenly place, then it doesn't matter what happens in this temporary world of form. No matter what storms come, you are on that solid rock. For your home, your dwelling place is that which lasts forever, that which cannot be shaken, that which does not change, that which cannot be shaken by the wind and the waves. As you dwell, not in the head and the stories, but in the temple, with the one whose very presence speaks to the inner storm, peace, be still, and know that I am.